Okay, so I have got my zipper all prepped and ready to go. And just to let you know, I held the zipper up against the dress and just a little bit above the metal stop at the top, and just kind of walked it down. And then I sewed my 5/8 seam up to where the metal stop is here at the bottom. Okay, so this is all sewn permanently here. And now I'm ready to put my zipper in. I'm going to do my underlap first. We're using the open method, which means I have not stitched the seam, the center back seam, where the zipper is going to go in the back. I've left it open, and you'll just like the sample. So now what I'm going to do is my zipper is going to go in. I'm going to do the underlap first. So I'm going to line up my zipper to the dress, and I lower it just a little, about 1/8 of an inch, so I can put in a hook and eye there if I'd like to. And then once I get this underlap situated where I want it, I'm going to open up the seam and I'm going to tuck in the end of the zipper and then close it back again. So that's a little different way to treat the top of that zipper. Okay, so I'm going to do it one more time because it's tricky. So here's my underlap, 1/2 inch. I've pressed it under 1/2 inch. So it does not match up to where my seam is. It's a little bit less. And now I'm going to lay that underlap fold right next to the zipper teeth, and I'm going to go up about 1/8 here. And then I'm going to hold on to the zipper here while I unfold the seam, and I'm going to tuck, just so you can see, I'm going to tuck the end of the zipper in between the seam allowance and the dress, and then I fold that back underneath the dress again, and see how nicely that finishes off the top of that zipper. I have a lined bodice here, and so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin that good so that it goes through all my layers there, and then I'm just going to fold. I've already basted the lining to the dress, and now I'm just going to take that folded underlap and I'm just going to line it up along the zipper teeth, and then I'm going to pin that carefully. Okay. And I'm just going to keep going down. Now this is going to get kind of bulky here because I have my tucks, 1, 2, 3 tucks. So that's going through a lot of layers of fabric. In fact, I could even I could trim a little bit here to get some of that inner tuck out of there, and that will help it. But right where I stitch, I can't do much about that. There, okay, I've taken out some of this seam allowance, but right where I stitch, it is going to be bulky. But I'll just go slowly, and I have a good sewing machine, so it'll go over it fine. Okay, and so I'm just going to keep going down. Keep that stitching under there, and I keep walking my zipper down that seam. Okay, and I've almost got it pinned. And at the very bottom, I want you to notice that I have got my 1/8 of an inch difference right here, because remember, this is trimmed at, or I'm sorry, it's folded and pressed at 1/2 an inch. So because I've sewed this at 5/8, I have that extra 1/8 of an inch. That's extremely important. I need that extra 1/8 of an inch so that the top overlap will go over top of the stitching. So that's why I've got to have that little 1/8 of an inch difference here, or it won't look good at the bottom. Okay, let's go over to the sewing machine and I will sew this